in the den, so go tell a friend. The best podcast on earth is about to begin. We got jokes and news and movie reviews. After Dark NC-17 with the crew. Interviews with the best artists around. So like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Let's go. Like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. So like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Let's go. Like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Welcome back to Down in the Den. It's your host, Mars, a.k.a. Marlon Beardo, the Bearded Weirdo, the Stellarosa Casanova, the curator of culture and the Shud Knight of this podcast game. And we're back with another stellar episode with another phenomenal artist. We're batting 1,000 this season with all the artists that we're bringing on the show. And today is no different. This young man has got some incredible work out with even more incredible work to come. Phenomenal lyricist. The music is fire. And I am ecstatic to welcome Big Bagzz to the Den. Brother, how are you doing today? How are you feeling today, man? What is good?
Hey man, look, it's Big Bagzz, man. Not a little one. Salute you, bro. Salute Mars, bro. We down in the den, bro. You know what it is, bro. I appreciate you for having me on this platform, bro. And you know, we doing it for the people, for the culture, man. You know what it is, man.
100%, 100%. All Big Bagzz, no little Bagzz in 2026. I like the sound of that. That is literal music to my ears, man. But before we begin, we got to hit you with the Down in the Den official first question. Every person that comes on for the first time, we ask this question. It's tradition. 6 years going, we're not stopping. I grew up loving two things: hip-hop music and comic books. That was my thing. And with every great comic book character, they always had a great or epic origin story. Being that my personal belief is that modern day creatives are the superheroes of today. We make worlds, we make universes, we make people feel good, make people feel bad, make people love, make people hate. It's a lot of power and it comes with great responsibility. So I ask you, my brother, what is your origin story? When did you discover that being a creative was the path for you, that the music was the route that you wanted to travel?
Man, it's so crazy. Like in life, like with everybody, and I know they can relate to this, we really don't realize it until we get older. You know, as we growing up, we literally be getting prepped and prepared for our future and not even knowing it. So with me, the whole time now that I'm older and I can take a step back from me and look at me from the outside, I can see that everything I went through was preparation for me to become who I am now. So it started really early, man. My mom, you know, like I'm from the country. I'm from North Carolina, born in Albemarle, raised in Norwood and Albemarle, North Carolina. You know, that's for all my country folks. Two stoplights, three gas stations. You know, anybody, you know, everybody go to grandma's house. Everybody, yeah, bro. Everybody know everybody. Your
Well,
neighbor
that
gonna
same
whoop yeah, for sure. County, look, your neighbor gonna whoop your ass if you cut up, you know, all that. So my mom been in the church, man, and had me and my siblings, my two brothers in the church our whole life. And she I feel like I got some of my music from her because she was on the choir. So at that time, I wasn't in the music or anything. You know, I was just really being a badass kid growing up. You know, I was being a boy. You know, cause we outside in the country. You know, we just in the woods.
no.
And then yeah, for sure. So she definitely heard my grandma and them. They definitely instilled in us as going into church. You know, to work on our morals. So to the flip side is, you know, just like with a coin, bro. To the other side, when you cross the tracks, you get to see the side that they try to what they don't show on TV.
Right.
So yeah, so my grandpa and my grandma was hustlers. So I came from a family of hustlers. You know, and you know, with saying hustlers is not just, you know, out in the streets or selling drugs or whatever. Like I mean from working, from selling plates, babysitting, from, even if it did with street mentality stuff too, like it wasn't a cap on what they did to provide for the family. So my grandpa and my grandma, they owned a club in Norwood, Brickyard to be exact, called the Curve. And rest in peace to him. They called him DJ Big Time and DJ Granite Man. He was like the premier DJ um around the area, because where I'm from is we have 10 cities that make one county, and
Right.
every city is within like 10 to 15 minutes of each other, but everybody's born in Albemarle.
Right.
So and that's the biggest city. But our city, Norwood, was the first city with a liquor license. So we was called, everybody else was called the dry city, and everybody could come to our city, buy liquor, and party at the clubs. So we had a slew of clubs, uh, Top Hat, Sonny's Lounge, the Curve, which my grandpa owned, and numerous clubs, and they was all on the strip. So you can really, really like strip. I mean, like club hop. And my grandpa and my grandma had me in the club, man. With my mom and all them. I was in the club like 8, 9 years old, bro. I was literally like a prodigy child of like Harlem Nights, like Eddie Murphy. Like I
Right.
can't make this up. Like you can ask any of my family members. Like I was 8, 9 years old running through my grandpa in them club. You know, at the end of back then it wasn't like a stigma on that. Like
Right.
we family. These the kids. Like they in here. It ain't really nothing you can do. So they really showed us hands on back then, instead of us being like behind a computer or on the internet or a phone. Like you really had to be outside. So my first introduction to music was with him when I started going to the club with him, and he was DJing, and it really showed me how music can control the room, how music
Mm.
can control people, actions, emotions, and all that stuff. But not at that time, I didn't want to be no rapper, but it I started being a DJ through with him getting the knowledge of music, and he would take me around places to places and places with him while he was DJing, like I was his little wingman. And he gave me the game of DJing, and I DJ my first party. I was like 13, 12, 13 years old. I DJ my own first party, you know. But yeah, that's really what really triggered me and processed me, to get into the music life. And far as like I'm really a product of music, a product baby of music.
I love the duality of the church and the club because it's something in our culture. It's that duality where we will sweat it out Saturday, but we up early Sunday morning to make sure that we get our spiritual nourishment. And I love that.
Yeah,
I
you
think
better go to church Sunday. Look, if you can stay out all
well,
night Saturday,
I didn't even have to finish it.
you
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 know
already know. You better look what they say. You better have your ass in church Sunday.
better bright and early. I don't
Yeah,
want to get sleepy or nothing.
yeah,
So it's definitely something, especially in the South, where it just shapes the culture. Now, speaking of those dualities, you talk about the church, you're going back in the club, and then seeing that at a young age, and then becoming a DJ at a young age. And if anyone, for those who have not DJed before, and you see everybody doing it now, Shaq, Paris Hilton, everybody's a DJ now. But for
right.
those who haven't actually done it in front of a group of their peers, to recognize that power, how did that impact you at a young age? Because the DJ is the DJ and the food is the most important thing about the party.
Facts,
If the food's
facts.
gone and the music's whack, the party's whack. It's over. So it's a
It's
lot of
over.
power. It's over. It's over before it begun. So it's a lot of
Yeah.
responsibility. How did that shape you at a young age? Having the control. Having that aux cord essentially and controlling the vibes of the party. It's a lot of power.
Well, it showed me that you can either do good with that power or you can do bad with it. And what I mean bad is like you can go into the club, and of course the club is the turn up. We know that. But a lot of great DJs balance it out.
Yes.
Like they give you the best of both worlds. So I seen that I can really control the energy of the club. Like I can control from this guy hitting another dude over the head with a bottle, or I could control this guy from trying to go talk to a bad woman, female lady, and get her number, buying her a drink, or taking her home. So it definitely showed me that it's really all on how you want to lead what you're doing at that time, because it's like with anything in life, bro. Like, and I usually use a lot of examples to certain stuff, because in life a lot of stuff correlate anyway, which they go hand in hand. That's just like Martin Luther King. He was a great peaceful leader, and he
Right.
had a lot of great peaceful followers. Now, not saying they was um weak. Now they probably would have turned up at any time. Them He probably had some of the most ruthless killers following him, but
You have
he
to be
knew
strong to
that.
be peaceful. You have to be strong to be
Right.
peaceful.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I feel like the way he led was that he valued people's life more than the cause. Because we could go in there head first and go storm in the building, but it's gonna probably be a lot more casualties than us
Right.
sneaking up through the back door. And he was just so powerful. And I don't take nothing from him, because you have to have both sides of that to see what the outcome gonna be. And just like the other side, like with Malcolm X was a peaceful, but then he became product of what he was fighting against, because he knew that the way he was going at first was not getting the results that he wanted.
Right.
So when he did that, that's why he resorted to, like, okay, y'all slap me, I'm gonna slap you back, or whatever. So I feel like, and the reason I said that with the DJing is because you can control the energy in the room, and you
Yes.
can literally make people act on how you want to act. And with that amount of power, I felt like, God knew it in my heart to bless me to go further as I am, because he knew that my intentions wasn't bad to really put out that type of evil negative all the time. Yeah, we're gonna turn it up, but at the same time, we're gonna bounce it out and get you to want to do something else, you know what I'm saying? Not always want to just push the negative narrative.
I love that. I love that. And obviously that feeds in to you today with your recent project, Good versus Evil, or Good X Evil, Good
It's
and
evil.
Evil,
Yeah.
however you want
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah. It's all the
yeah,
same. Yeah.
all the same. What did that thing mean to you personally and musically? Because I can't think of a time in recent history where good and evil haven't been on the display more obvious. All you have to do is turn on any news station, pick up any
Yeah.
newspaper. For those who still read newspapers, I'm dating myself. Look on any site, and it, it's obvious that we're in a you know to say less a spiritual battle right now. It feels like it. So
Facts. Facts.
describe that your work and your duality in that project, musically and personally.
So personally, Good X Evil came from my clothing line, which that's what I'm wearing now. I started
Fly.
my clothing line back in. Say it again.
I say it's fly. By the way, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling
Thank you,
the
bro. I
top.
appreciate that. I appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah. This. I appreciate that. Yeah. This is one of my OGs. This is the original. Original gangster. You know what I'm saying? So, it started back in like 14, 15 when I came up with the actual idea, because I was an artist first, and I always want, like, I'm a businessman, also I'm an artist. So I just can't do one thing. And a lot of this stuff, it goes together hand in hand. So the music became the vehicle, and everything else is my suitcase and my luggage, what I'm putting in the vehicle to drive it to where our destination is. So Good X Evil came from, I was in my car, man, and I used to do a lot of my creative process in my car, because I stayed moving around in the streets a lot. And I was this back when I was smoking or whatever. And I talked to God, just me and him or myself in the car, and I told him, like, I wanted to come up with my own brand, not a line, a brand, because a brand can be put on anything. So I wanted to come up with my own brand, but I wanted it to be big and have an impact, like, Gucci, Versace, Prada, Louis Vuitton, out the longevity. And I just didn't want it to have a name that could be put in a box.
Mm,
So, man, I was just in one of my days, man, and I was just back there listening to some music, writing in my car, my truck, and I was smoking, and then it just slapped me. Like how something just pop in your head, and it just
absolutely.
popped in my head, and it was like Good X Evil, And the good thing about it is, you're right. Like, this is so detrimental, and it's so powerful that it's bigger than just a clothing line. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a life to life thing that we deal with every second that we wake up, we move, we whatever. So how it played a part in my project was, it's telling my story from my transition trans from me being, first I was Money Bags. That's who I first started off with. Money Bags was my street name, from the street. So nobody named me. I didn't name myself. Well, I got named from the street. Somebody in the street named me that. So I transitioned the street hustle Money Bags into the artist Money Bags. So then, at the time, so I'm not one of the rappers where I name myself and say, yeah, I'm this, I'm that. Like, I
Right.
really got named this by my environment. So at that time, I think it was probably like a couple years later, Moneybag Yo came out. You know, like 2, 3 years later, one signed to Yo Gotti. So I was independent. I was literally taking my money from I was hustling and putting it into my career. So that was the start of my transition from me leaving the street, going into the music. And Moneybag Yo came out, and he had that big machine behind him. You know, like, we know how CMG is. Like, that machine is big. Like,
You think
and they threw the whole, yeah, yeah, they threw the kitchen sink at it. So what I mean is, they put whatever amount of money that they had, and when Moneybag Yo came out, it kind of put me in the shadow of my name being Moneybags, because it would always bring his stuff up first, because he was a bigger machine. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So I said, let me detach myself from that, and I became 704 Bags. That's the area I'm from. So with me doing that, I was 704 Bags up until 21, until I went to the feds. Then when I went to the feds, I became Big Bags. So 704 Bags died in the feds, Big Bags were born. And this is how you get. Now, Good and Evil, I was saying this real quick to give you a rundown. Good and Evil is the transition from Money Bags to Big Bags. So, and it's telling my story from the good and the evil, and it's bringing you to where I'm from. It's bringing you to my city, to my environment, because, ain't nobody coming to Norwood looking for nothing. Ain't nobody coming to Almar looking for nothing. So I'm going out, and I'm bringing people into my world, and I'm bringing the story to the people. So that's how the album Good and Evil was put together, because I'm telling my story from when I was this to this, and it only makes sense.
That's phenomenal, and I'm glad that you were able to make that transition, able to pivot, because a lot of people see that, oh man, this guy got my name, and now, and they just look at that as a loss. And instead, you look at an opportunity to evolve, grow, took what was in front of you, and now you're here.
Yeah.
So I think that's super dope, and a lesson for those who, business side. Make sure, once you're taking it serious, register your name, get your IP, protect your, there's people that have
Trademark.
made millions just from
Yeah.
trademarks. They get ahead
Yeah.
of the game and buying a website, and then next thing you know, when
Yeah.
such and such comes, now you got to come to me if you want that website. So that's a awesome
LLC,
gem.
all that, man. We just
Yeah,
seen the OG, Mr. Tendenism, go through it, bro. He helped this man
yes,
build himself up, and the man took it. He took his down. How you take this man stuff like that? But like you just said, yeah, artists, make sure that you have all your business together, because, bro, somebody will steal it, and you got to go buy from them. That's if they want to sell it to you,
if they want to sell us, it's like trying to get a number from LeBron. Good luck. You want that jersey number? Good luck.
man,
You're not getting
man,
this three. I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen. So
man. Ain't gonna
it's
happen.
yeah, so it's always and that's what I love about doing this platform, because it's specifically for the independents out there in all art forms, and just giving those gems, because you never know. I had personally seen it when we started the podcast, and I trademarked, not thinking anybody. Within a year, two Down in the Dens popped up, and I had to send those cease and desist letters. They tried to
Yeah,
change the spelling, Down in the Den, and
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
that's me, baby. I own it. So it's always
yeah, yeah. Facts. And that's how I am with this. Like good and evil is mine. Like I own this. I own my name. Like I literally would spend my last few dollars to do that because
Yes.
at the end of the day, a lot of people don't know your thing is gonna go for 10 years.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like your trademark will go for 10 years. So, you know, you got to think for the future sometime. And yeah, no, I'm like you, I was on it like you. I was like, yeah, this is it's so catchy, man. And like you gotta understand, I could see this everywhere, bro. And people use it. Like you don't see it in
Yeah.
movies, you don't see it in everything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely had to trademark this, bro. So I'm just waiting for it to pop back up. And then
Yeah.
I'm do like you, send me that cease and desist or send me a check.
To be a chat, you want everything for sale, but it's up my soul and my tail. So let's talk. Let's talk.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Now,
yeah,
talking about the future, we're not, by my calculations, we're not too far away from your new project, The Art Dealer with James Artisan. Tell us about this new
yeah.
EP. How did this collaboration come? And what was just the chemistry like putting this project together?
Man, first off, bro, man, it's crazy, bro. You know, salute James Artisan, man. If a lot of people don't know, he was formerly James Worthy. So, man, y'all look this guy up. He's a special, special individual, bro. Like, man, he don't work with Katy Perry, bro. He don't work with Whitney. He don't work with Bobby. He don't work with Lil Wayne. He don't work with man, his catalog is just so crazy, man. I can't name who he don't work with. He just did project probably a year or so ago with Big Gip from Goody
Mm.
Mob.
Goody
And they did
Mob,
a
yeah.
collab project. Yeah, so um I met James through my label. My label that I'm signed to is 19 Music. You know what I'm saying? Salute the label. I met James through them. James is a partner with the label. And like I say, I had signed to the label back in 21 um in February. Yeah, February 21. I got picked up by the feds in March of 21. So I signed my deal in February. I got picked up a month later by the feds.
30 days later.
30 days later, bro. I didn't even get to enjoy my first deal. But with me, like I'm such a, a, a planner, like I had already done the deal. No, I can't even say that. I had already done everything that I needed to do to honor my deal. So even when I was gone in the feds, I still had already did my music and my videos and everything. So the label rolled with me the whole, my whole time. I was gone roughly like around 4 years. And when I came home, James had already knew about me and but he never met me. And I never physically met my label my team until I came back home from the feds because the day that I got picked up, I was going down there to do the video signing. I had already signed the contract via email, but I was going down there to do the video signing, to put on social media and everything to show. So I got picked up that morning. They came to my house about 5 a.m. that morning. They picked me up and I never came home until around like almost 4 years later. So James was already with them prior me coming home. So James heard about me, but James never knew me or met me. So James, I did a welcome home party in September. No, August 31st. I did of 24, something like that, 24. And James came up all the way from Atlanta with them. They drove like 5 hours, almost 5 hours and they came to my welcome home, man, and the city showed out for me, man. I had about 300 people came to this party for me, and they first I was on house arrest, and then I came off house arrest then. So the label came back up and they re-signed me again to my deal. So I met James through my label. And then me and James just been locked in. Anytime I would go to Atlanta, James would pull up, show me love. Like, James is one of those guys that he done a lot for a lot of artists that people don't know about.
Right.
He's like a Neo. You remember when Neo found out he wrote a lot of this stuff for artists before?
Everybody.
Yeah, so that's what now is James' time. So what me and James did was James Man, James said let's lock in. And I told the label, like I definitely want to work with him, but it was crazy. James said I already said that to them. So then me and James hooked up, we topped it up, and James like, bro, we're gonna do a project together. And the art dealer was born. So we got five of the most hardest tracks, bro, that R&B and rap combined could be, man. It's like the best of both worlds, you know what I'm saying? Like back when J and R did it when it was dope. Um the process was dope because he's taking me out of my comfort zone and out of my lane and putting me into a whole nother light with the R&B world. And he put me in a whole and he's helping me broaden myself and not rap about the ordinary stuff. And I got certain stuff I'm not even cussing on these songs. Like it's really helping me become a better artist.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, yeah, so I met James through the label, and then me and him did this project, and now the art deal is dropping Friday, man. So everybody go get it Friday, Friday, man. And it's gonna be on all platforms, the art dealer. But yeah, that's how we got the art dealer, bro. Yep.
Yes, sir. And you mentioned that combination, and I was there during the best of both world era, 1 and 2. I was there during the Bow Wow and Amarion era, and I always thought both of those projects were incredible. Like you mentioned,
Oh,
that R&B and hip hop go together. For those who don't know, as a '90s baby, when you're talking about the greatest R&B hip hop collaborations, you're talking your Biggies and 112s, and you're talking your Mary
yeah,
J and Method Man, and you can keep going on and on and on. It's a marriage made in heaven. And also,
man.
you know, ladies love R&B. That's definitely going to bring a new audience. How's that? I'm trying to be as politically correct
Hey, listen, you correct, bro. Go ahead,
possible,
bro.
but it brings a new audience. How has that been? Especially coming home from Club Fed. What a time, because that's COVID time, crazy time. Coming
Yeah,
home,
man.
city showing you love, and then you hook up with this icon who's worked with other icons. And now you're elevating yourself. You're
Yeah,
elevating and evolving. Which I always say, if you're not elevating and evolving, you're doing the opposite, which
right,
is dying. How's that
right.
brought new life to you? Because like you said, you're doing songs without curse words. You're reaching audiences that you probably never could have fathomed before.
Yeah,
How's that been? And of course, that new audience that I'm talking about, how's that been treating you?
yeah. Man, listen, I'm here for it, bro. Like sometimes when you start getting your blessings and getting what you prayed for, and like I say, that's part of the process. Like throughout them other times, I didn't see it, but when it's there in front of you, you got to be ready to receive it. And man, listen, man, I feel honored, bro, just for James to see me in that light because I told him, I was like, bro, you don't work with some of the greats. I said, bro, you probably could do a project with anybody you want to, bro. And you chose to do one with me. And he really told me, bro, he said, you right. He said, but it's not always about um popularity with him with people. It's not always about what somebody done. It's the energy. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And on top of that, I feel like, you know, I might be a little cliche, but I feel like God is using him to help me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, and I feel like, you know, one of my partners told me, he was like, man, because I'm the type of person, bro, I'm very independent. Like, I really don't like asking for help because, where I'm from, a lot of people are trying to use that over your head. Like I did this for this person, I did this. So I'm not really keen on asking nobody for help. But a guy told me one time, he said, man, listen, you never know how God gonna send your blessings to you. Do not block somebody else's blessings for trying to help you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm working on that to learn myself to be more receive and receptive to people helping me. But man, listen, when I tell you, man, that man, bro, that man James, bro, was definitely helping me become the star that I'm destined and I'm gonna be. Like he's definitely giving me game. Like he's helping me more with music. He's giving me game. He's giving me insights. He's showing me the way because he see a lot of him and me when he was coming up in the game, and people were trying to spin him around. And people was
Yeah.
trying to do certain stuff. But far as with the new audience, I'm here for it. Listen, my DMs is open. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I love it, man. And I could tell my followers going up. Like a lot of stuff, bro, is really falling in place, man. The puzzle's getting put together, man. And I'm for it. Like I told him I'm excited about this project, just like my Good and Evil project when I first put it out when I came home.
Right.
And it's
It's a
special. This is special, bro.
it's a tried and true formula. Tupac said it. He taught it to Biggie, and Biggie taught you get the ladies, you double your audience because the dude's gonna
Yeah,
put
you
on.
get everything.
You get everything. It's, that's why LL Cool J been popping for 40 years. And
For the 80s. He been I don't think there's nobody that's been relevant. I could be wrong, but
you're not wrong.
I don't
You're
think
not
there's nobody been a ladies man since LL, bro.
the sustained level of pimpery by Mr. James Todd Smith is not about enough. The fact that he probably had your grandmama like hollering at him and can still holler at your girl and your mama and your auntie all at the same time. The
Same
respect need to
time. And he look
be
young as us, bro. He does not look his age, bro. This man does not look. You can put L somewhere, I guarantee they'll say L his late 30s, mid 40s.
that man knocking on
Easily.
6 door. So 56
Easily.
years old. So we need
See?
to take the lessons. That's what I say when somebody give you the book, you better read that bad boy because there's some lessons.
Yeah.
Now, brother, I could talk to you all day. It's
Yeah,
been
bro.
phenomenal
Yeah.
to know you, learning about your journey, sharing that with the friends of the den and the den mates at home. But we got a little segment. It's called the Big 10 Win. We got 10 rapid fire questions that are curated specifically for you. Because, like I said, we
Okay.
do our research, and it's gives the insight to the fans at home who are just maybe learning about you for the first time, kind of get where your mindset at. So if you're ready to rock and
Okay.
roll, you ready to knock this thing
Yeah.
out?
Let's go.
All
Yeah,
right,
we
no
locked in.
pressure,
Let's
no.
go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, good versus evil. Which side wins more in real life?
Good.
Good always triumphs.
Always.
Always.
Always. Always. Good. Like evil can win the battles, but good gonna win the war.
Message, salute. Absolutely, 100%. The final victory is always on the side of good. So make sure you can only serve one master. Make sure you know who you're serving. All right, studio vibe. Dark room, candles, chill, or is it bright lights, loudspeakers, turn up? What is your studio vibe?
It's crazy because in that type form, I do both, but really not no candles, but majority is bright lights because I need to, also be aware of my surroundings. I need to know what's going on, So really, it is definitely I definitely like it to be light. You know what I'm saying? So definitely light, turn up. It's always good energy. You know what I'm saying? So, but I also can go to the other side too. Like it really all depends on what I'm working on, like the music at that time. But definitely it would be lights and that type of stuff. Yeah.
Preferably. All right. Let's see. James sends you a beat, 2 a.m. You recording immediately or you wait until the morning?
If I'm at a studio, I'm recording it immediately. If we certain people you don't play with, we did this project months, maybe 5 songs in a month, maybe month and a half, and I'm stretching it. Like I go
That's
in the studio, bro. I can knock out 4 or 5 songs in a day.
I love that work ethic. Zero games. I tell
Yeah.
people all the time. We have a studio here, and sometimes we have artists come in here, and I I I feel like everybody's big bro. That's just kind of my role. So I try
Right.
to game, and I see them and they're smoking, they're drinking, they're doing whatever they want, and I just go into and I say $75 an hour, bro,
Yeah.
and then I leave. You paying $75 an hour to smoke? Man,
Smoke.
do some work, get a hook, you do something, get something done.
Listen.
Don't waste time in that studio. That's precious time because you never know when you don't have that $75 an hour, especially when you first coming up. So
Man,
I say that
time.
to take advantage.
Yeah. Time is money. Listen, one thing I learned about that is like I need to be more productive because I can sit at home and write 5 songs. And there's nothing with perfect people smoking and drinking. That's what they do for them to get into
Creative state
their yeah, their state. But like you say, time is money, and you got to understand that you go in there do one song that people might not like, but you can go in there do 4, 5 songs, and they might like one of those or two of those or all of those songs. So that's where I'm at in my state of mind. I pre-production on my
yes,
own time. I
yes.
write 4, 5 songs. I go book me 3 hours. I could do 5 songs in 3 hours. As long as the engineer's like this with me, I'm gonna be like that with him. So yeah, to any artist out there, man, pre-production. And if you a freestyle artist and that's what you do on the spot, then that's you. But I'm telling you now, it's better to get more songs done instead of less songs done when you paying $75 an hour.
Or more, and we cutting deals. Some people charging 120, 200. You never know. So
Yeah.
maximize your minutes.
Think about it.
If
Think about it, you do 10 songs, 75, and you only doing one song. That's $750. And there's no mixing, that's no mastering.
no mastering, no mixing, and God knows if you're paying for a feature, getting clearance, or if you have a sample that it's
Man.
very expensive, very expensive.
Yeah,
So you
yeah,
maximize your minutes. If you had to
yeah.
describe the art dealer in one word, what would it be?
It's about to be legendary, bro.
I love that. I love that. March
I was
6th,
finna say
20.
historical. I was gonna say historical, but it's gonna be legendary, bro. Like I mean, legendary is a broad word, so a lot of
Yeah,
stuff falls under that umbrella. March 6th, bro. Legendary, bro. The art dealer coming.
I love it. I love it. Speaking of that date, March 6th, 2026, we seeing a new side. We seeing the evolution, the latest. We're talking Dragon Ball Z. We're going Super Saiyan on this one. Nervous energy
Mhm.
or calm confidence? How are you feeling? Because we don't ask black men how they feel sometimes. How are you feeling
Right.
about it?
Like I'm confident, man. Like I feel like this is gonna be a breath of fresh air to a lot of what's going on. Like I don't downplay no other artists and what that music they do because we all got to do what's put on our heart, and they doing just they expression they expressing themselves through their art. So I feel like this gonna be a breath of fresh air because there's nobody else that's doing this right now. Like I think the last person that did when I think I was just on another podcast and they said it was Drake and uh next door or somebody. I think they might have did a R&B rap collab. I'm not for
Um,
sure.
Drake and
Was it party next door?
Party Net Store. Yeah, they did a collab, and it was a collab in name only. Like there wasn't it didn't have like that best of both worlds energy where it's both of them giving their best on both songs. There was some songs where it was just Drake,
Yeah.
some songs where it was just Party Net Store.
Yeah.
Not
Nah.
necessarily
See,
tea, but
yeah, see me every song is me and James. Every
yeah,
song. Like it's me and him. And it's so crazy. Man, I got a song on there, bro. It's called What You Wanna Do. And it really gives you that step in the name of love vibe, bro. Like I could see this being played at weddings, receptions, cookouts. Like it's like it definitely has that type of vibe. So yeah, and every track is me and James. So yeah, like nobody has done that. Like, and I feel like we're bringing that type of sound back.
And that is so highly intelligent because people don't understand the power of an anthem. Um,
Yeah,
an anthem, just one, will keep you and your family fed for generations. Just one.
rest of your life. Yeah,
Rest rest of your
yeah.
life. Not by nature is eating good off of OPP and so many anthems that came out 30 years ago. And they could get you know, $10,000 a performance right now if they wanted
We
to.
can go
You
deeper
do
than
that
that, bro.
three
The
times.
electric slide. The electric
There
slide
you
still
go.
get played at cookouts and weddings. And he ain't even alive no more.
He ain't even alive. He probably got a nephew somewhere collecting that check. But if you can do an anthem, I tell people, get you a Christmas song, get you a wedding song, get you your party song. These are something
Yeah.
that you have in your arsenal as an artist because Mariah Carey, she know the day after Christmas a big old bag is coming because she got a Christmas anthem.
And you ain't heard her drop no album. When the last time you heard Mariah Carey drop an album?
At least 5 or 6 years. She don't have
You
she
feel
don't
me?
have
That Christmas time.
that Christmas time. That bag is coming as soon as she
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I don't want a lot for cha-ching, cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
So
Cha-ching.
strategize, artists,
Yeah.
strategize. All
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
finish this. Big Bass in 2026 is fill in the blank.
Big Bags in 2026 is. I like that question. I don't think nobody ever asked me that, bro. That's dope, bro. Big Bags in 2026 is. Dang, bro. Hey, you might be the first person, bro, to ever have me, stumble over there. Let me see. Big Bags in 2026 is. Big Bags in 2026 is a billionaire.
I love it. I love it. We speak that into existence. That's what we believe up in here in the den, man. Brother,
Yeah, 2026 is a billionaire.
I could talk to
Yeah.
you all day, man. It's been an absolute pleasure getting to know your story, getting to share your story. Please, you've earned it. Let the people know where they can find you on social media, where they can check out the old music, and most importantly, where they can check out the future.
Okay, yeah. And everybody look, I'm trying to tap in. I will be in two Tubi movies on Tubi. The first movie is called Fail Trust, salute my bro Ty Durden and Gigi Bell. The second movie I'm gonna be in is called Queen City's The Hornet's Nest. Both of them
Sir,
will be 2026 on Tubi. You can catch Big Bags right now. Go look at Under the Gun. I have two songs on Under the Gun. My first song is the title track called Under the Gun when it first comes on. That's my song. And I have another song on there called Low featuring Tiana's Rose. Um Also right now, for anybody in the city, North Carolina, I got two songs on rotation on Power 98, the biggest FM radio station in North Carolina. Salute DJ Incognito, man. I got my biggest fan on there right now. And I got Load right now in rotation, man. Y'all call, and request that song to be played. Um, I got my good and evil kennels. I breed Frenchies. I just had a litter. I got some y'all tap in, but don't comment the bag ain't right. I'm telling you now, I got some exotic Frenchies. I also got my cookie line called Good and Evil Cookies. Tap in with me, we'll ship that to your door. You know what I'm saying? And they're good cookies, they're not no edibles. So the kids can eat them, you know what I'm saying? I got my clothing line, go to goodxevil.net. Um, right now, Art Dealer dropping Friday. Art Dealer, March 6th. Art Dealer is dropping Friday. Everybody go get it, man. Salute my bro Dom. You know what I'm saying? Salute James. Salute 19. Salute my whole team. my manager, role manager, you know what I'm saying, my PR, you know, everybody that support me. Let me see. I'm trying to make sure I'm covering everything. All my music is on all platforms. Big Bagzz, Baggz. Type me in anywhere. Google me. You will see it. I got a documentary finna drop called Perfect Timing. Also, I about forgot. I'm dropping my documentary in 2026. The date will be announced. Bro, I got a lot going on, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting ready for my party with Big YBA. Big YBA redid the Keisha Cole Missing It song. It's a real big hit. He's coming to album on North Carolina, March the 28th at Little Tokyo Lounge. So anybody in town, out of town, man, y'all mark that date. We doing it big in the city. Um, Let me see. I think that's it. Oh yeah, and you know, salute you, bro. Salute you, bro, man. Salute Sean, bro. Salute you, bro. I'm glad you had me down in the den.
Yes, sir, man. And that
Big bags,
is
not the little.
Big Bass, not the little for not. And you know what? I love these Tubi movies, man. I can't wait to check them out. One of my homies got one up there. I did some acting uh, a summer ago, and they're talking about
Okay.
selling it to Tubi. So we might be partners, Tubi bros. But
Nah, that's dope, bro.
yeah, I love what Tubi is doing for creators. Anything that gives creators an outlet to get their art to a bigger audience is phenomenal. The
Mhm.
food, the cookies, the clothing line. I love seeing young Black kings like yourself take that hustling spirit that you mentioned your grandparents had and bring that into 2026 and just really shining and just doing your thing. So man, I wish you nothing but continued success. Whatever you're doing now, I want to elevate it times 10 and continue just great success. I want to welcome you to the D.E.N community, which means whenever you drop something, it's like we dropping something. We're gonna make sure that we're sharing it to our network, sharing it to our friends. We don't ask for you to do anything but keep showing that love to other artists, pay it forward. And then of course, this is a real community. So if you're looking for producers, you're looking for artists to collaborate, you can always hit up Mars_Entertainment. And they call me the legal plug. I ain't got drugs, but I got connections. So if you need anything I can
Hey, that's
help,
what we on.
that's what we're
Yeah.
doing. It's about lifting each other up. And that's why good triumphs evil every single time, man, because you putting that good energy in the world and it comes back. So I appreciate you, brother.
Nah, salute you, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Where you all from anyway, bro? I didn't get to ask you.
Yes, sir. Born and raised in Virginia. My family, like I said, my family's from North Carolina, same county that you're from, and so that's what my mom's side. But yeah, I was born and raised in Hampton Roads. For those who aren't familiar with Hampton Roads, that's the 757. That's the home of your Missy Elliott's, your Allen Iverson,
Oh
your
yeah.
Michael
Okay.
Vick, your Pharrell's, your Pusha T, the Clips. That's the
All
757. It's
that.
the 7 cities. It's like you. It's 7 cities that's connected, and it's called Hampton
Yeah.
Roads. So that's where I'm born
Yeah.
and from. We like to call it the Middle East because we're in the middle of the country, with the East, with the South, with a little bit of everything. So if you ever in
Yeah.
VA in the Hampton Roads area, you got my info, man. I always like to invite the
Yeah,
den
bro.
mates on me. We go to the Brazilian joint, chop it up, get some good steaks. That's how we roll.
Yeah. For
Yes,
sure,
sir.
bro. I appreciate you. I got family in Alexander, Virginia, so I definitely come through that way. And my road manager from Baltimore, so we go to Baltimore sometimes. So yeah, bro, I'm gonna definitely hold you up on that, bro. I come through your city, I'm gonna hit you up, bro.
Ask the
Matter
den
of fact,
mates.
hey, look, hey, give me plug. Hey, I need to do a show up there, bro. I need to do a show. Get me up there. I'm coming.
Hey, man, I'll get you plugged in. I'll drop the details to Dom when everything's done. I'll get you plugged in VA because we hungry, man. This area, we're looking for more and more talent. And like I said, North Carolina, that North Carolina is our little sister. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we love North Carolina. If you're from Virginia, you got family in North Carolina. Full stop. You
Man,
don't know
facts,
it. Even if you don't
facts,
know it,
facts.
you got some family in North Carolina. So like
Hey,
I said,
look, hey, damn, they're all over the world.
absolutely. Absolutely. So it's
Yeah,
nothing but love. for our brothers and sisters in the Carolina. Like I said, March 6th, I need y'all to do me a favor. Check out that project, Art Dealer. It's going to be phenomenal. I can't wait to check it out. And we do reviews as well. So I'm going to review it, let you people know how phenomenal this project is, because everything he's done, I've heard, I do my research, is dope, and I expect nothing but greatness from this man. So once again, congratulations on the moves you're making, and welcome to the den, brother.
Hey, bro, salute you, bro. It's Big Bagzz, not the little one. We down in the den.
Yes, sir. And you know how we end every episode? It's about a couple of things, and those things are peace, love, unity, and respect. We out this thing. Deuces.